first thing that the eyes of most of the species that make up this vast planet see, no matter how minuscule. And this is just the beginning.
Nuto visinegirani navani rua anissa enda anigi shi gukka kaliji nuneliji kamani liji kayaga.
Palmarito Beach, located on the emerald coast of Oaxaca, is a beach that extends for 21 kilometers, surrounded by reefs, mangroves, rivers, coastal dunes, and low deciduous forest. It is habitat to endangered species like the purple snail, the reddish egret, the guayacan, and it is an abundant nesting area for 3 species of sea turtle. Palmarito Beach was identified as a nesting area for the leatherback, olive ridley, and black turtles in 1993, after a series of surveys were carried out along the coast of Oaxaca in order to find new nesting sites for the leatherback sea turtle. The explorations were realized by the veterinary zoo technician Marcelino Lopez Reyes and Dr. Hugh Weir, in the company of biology students and veterinary doctors of the Benito Juárez Autonomous University of Oaxaca and the Autonomous University of Mexico.
A partir de 1993, cuando la población de tortuga laúd descendió drásticamente en el campamento de Barra de la Cruz, empezamos a caminar por muchas playas porque pensábamos de que estaba cambiando de área de anidación. Entonces, desde 1993, en compañía de biólogos, de otros veterinarios, empezamos a caminar desde Barra de la Cruz hasta La Tusa, del otro lado de Río Verde o del otro lado de Chacagua. Encontramos que en el playón de Palmarito, en el playón de Chila, encontramos muchas anidaciones de tortuga laúd, de tortuga prieta y de tortuga golfina.
When they discovered this beach, adult turtles were being slaughtered for their meat and oil. There was also very little offspring production, since the vast majority of nests were poached. Since then, nest protection work began, and in 2005, Palmarito Turtle Conservation Camp was formally established. 1 year later, Palmarito Beach was recognized in Mexico as a priority beach for the conservation of the leatherback turtle. Currently, our conservation program includes protection and monitoring of sea turtles on Playa Palmarito, monitoring of turtles in marine zones of Oaxaca, and the Noches Oscuras environmental awareness program, whose main objective is to provide information on the importance of darkness on sea turtle nesting beaches. At Palmarito, you can observe the leatherback sea turtle from October to June, the black turtle from August to May, and the olive ridley throughout the year. To better understand their distribution, we count the nesting daily, according to 7 monitoring stations that measure approximately 3 kilometers. Thanks to this, we know that turtles distribute their nests along the entire beach. According to the most recent nesting seasons, 2020 to 2021 and 2021 to 2022, nesting tends to be concentrated in stations 1, 2, 3, and 5, and the stations with the lowest concentration are 4, 6, and 7. A very interesting behavior to observe is that in stations 4 and 7, where the largest number of human settlements is concentrated, nesting is declining. The monitoring of migratory movements of female leatherback turtles during the breeding season indicates that Playa Palmarito is part of a much larger nesting area. During a nesting season, every 10 days, and between different reproduction cycles, every 2 or 3 years, these turtles can nest only in Palmarito and/or disperse their nests in Barra de la Cruz, Chacagua, Cahuitán, Tierra Colorada, and Mexiquillo. Due to the abundance of nesting recorded on these beaches in Mexico and across the world, they are recognized as priority beaches because they must be protected and conserved as important nesting habitats for the Eastern Pacific leatherback sea turtle, a population that continues to decline and is approaching regional extinction, according to a study published in 2020 by the Eastern Pacific Ocean Leatherback Network. On the beach, many people live, work, or enjoy themselves, and it is possibly the place where sea turtles interact most with human activity. Although the turtles only spend a small part of their lives here, the beach is the habitat where they carry out their embryonic development, a vital stage of their life cycle, on which the survival of their next generation depends.
Hace 30 años, cuando las labores de conservación iniciaron aquí en Playa Palmarito, el mayor problema para las tortugas era el aprovechamiento de sus huevos, de su carne, de su aceite y la falta de vigilancia gubernamental. Ese problema se ha reducido en gran medida gracias a la vigilancia de la playa y a la protección de los nidos por parte de 2 campamentos tortugueros. Actualmente se están construyendo casas a lo largo de toda la playa, y eso representa una gran amenaza para las tortugas marinas, pues están destruyendo el hábitat donde ellas incuban sus huevos.
The human activities that most affect this crucial stage of their life cycle are the extraction of sand and removal of native vegetation for the construction of houses and buildings, because they cause the beach to erode and affect the good conditions of the habitat. The artificial lighting that accompanies this interferes with turtle behavior when they try to find the sea. Or when they come out to nest, processes that usually occur at night and depend on natural light. Sea turtles use their vision to orient themselves on the beach. Their hatchlings, emerging to the nest surface, are able to perceive the elevation of the horizon and the natural light reflected by the ocean. These factors cause turtles to direct towards lower elevations and more illuminated areas to meet the waves of the sea. Sea turtles have the ability to perceive all hues of light visible to the human eye, and even others that we do not perceive, specifically lights with blue and white tones, produced by short wavelengths between 380 and 565 nanometers, threaten the survival of sea turtles. Because the luminosity they emit appears brighter than natural light, provoking turtles to orient in the wrong direction. In the case of the hatchlings, this can cause them to lose energy, dehydrate. It will leave them exposed longer to predators, and even to death. Nesting females, for their part, can be disoriented to such a degree that there are reports of turtles that have been run over on approaching lit vehicular traffic routes. The lights that can be seen from the beach are those that affect sea turtles. This is known as light pollution. Light pollution is caused by inefficient, unnecessary, and excessive use of artificial light sources that come mainly from street lighting, houses, and buildings.
Parte del trabajo que hicimos en 2022 a través del programa de concientización ambiental Noches Oscuras fue hablar con los residentes de la Playa Palmarito, y solo una persona mencionó que está utilizando menos iluminación porque es consciente que la luz artificial le afecta a la naturaleza.
For now, relocation of turtle eggs to incubation hatcheries is a measure that ensures that the hatchlings have surveillance during the moment they enter the sea. But this only partially solves the problem. because the hatchlings of the nests that go unnoticed, as well as the females that come onto the beach to nest, are still at risk of disorientation due to light pollution present on the beach. In the short term, this can cause a significant number of turtles to stop nesting. If lighting continues to increase uncontrollably, nesting could stop on Palmarito indefinitely. In this case, light pollution would become a threat to neonates and nesting females on adjacent beaches.
Mabisiche panulu ni sado ne kabi anistinu. Mabini yu ujunu kagi igustinu, giba stinu, mabini gushunu la'a. Ru'una kanisagie, giragendana yu ujustinu.
Fortunately, harmful lights can be removed without a trace. Also, darkening nesting beaches for sea turtles is one of the least expensive solutions that can benefit all life that inhabits the beach.
Y es bueno cuando uno está en la playa estar en penumbra en términos generales, porque hay que contribuir. O sea, si no estuviéramos hablando acá de fauna, podríamos estar hablando solo de vegetación. La vegetación necesita descansar también de la luz del día. Y si le ponemos reflectores y todo, pues es un desastre, ¿no? Por más que pueda ser decorativo e interesante para los jardines, en realidad también es muy bueno el jardín oscuro. No importa la escala en la que uno está trabajando, sino que siempre hay que tener una conciencia por el lugar donde uno está.
The simplest strategy to achieve this is to turn off or remove lights that are not necessary. Use available technology to prevent light from reaching the beach. And select a lighting color that's less harmful to wildlife. Along with all life on this planet, we have evolved to live under a dark night. Natural processes such as reproduction, sleep, and the mechanisms of species to defend themselves against predators, ruled by light and darkness, are affected by excess artificial light. Reducing artificial lighting improves people's rest and decreases carbon dioxide emissions produced when generating electricity. In addition, installing technologies for lighting control in the long term leads to greater economic and energy savings. Our geographical location is privileged. During clear and dark nights, it is possible to contemplate the Milky Way, planets, thousands of stars, and the beauty of bioluminescence, source of inspiration and creativity. Sea turtles have inhabited our planet for more than 100 million years. They shared the Earth with the dinosaurs, and even though today we know them as very vulnerable beings, they are a success of evolution who are currently in danger of extinction because they are not capable of adapting to the drastic and accelerated changes that we are making to their habitats. The strategy to recover sea turtle populations at a global level consists of protecting the largest number of nests, to increase embryo survival and release to the ocean the largest number of offspring, as well as conserving their nesting beaches and reducing bycatch in turtle feeding grounds. The Environmental Awareness Program Noches Oscuras is an initiative of Campamento tortuguero Palmarito that proposes alternatives to the residents of Palmarito Beach to reduce light pollution and respect the habitat where sea turtles breed. To preserve Palmarito Beach as a nesting area will depend on how we mitigate the impacts of urban expansion. Learning to live in harmony with nature is a way of protecting areas that are vital for the survival of endangered species. Recognizing the responsibility we have to safeguard our natural wealth is what will allow us to continue enjoying this beautiful landscape. Collective change begins with an individual change. To give visibility to the actions carried out by beach residents, Palmarito Camp will award an honorary insignia to those who used lighting responsibly. Of the change that our planet needs. Join this initiative.
la anumanan anunak kanubelegi zedadi disi nening nezaka rala anumakegin ninu rusaan anugendanana shtinu lugidila digijilayu.
Register at campamentopalmarito.com.